Welcome to the Ultimate Driving Practice Test. In this series, we'll test your knowledge of safe driving practices, rules of the road, and more. But here's the twist: you'll have just 5 seconds to guess the correct answer to each question. So, get ready to think fast and test your driving IQ. Don't worry if you don't know the answer right away. Use these practice tests to learn and improve your driving knowledge. Are you up for the challenge? Let's get started. What does the law state about persons 16 years of age or older in a motor vehicle? They should sit in the back seat. They should wear the safety belt in a properly adjusted manner. They should not drive without an adult. They should always sit in the passenger seat. The answer is they should wear the safety belt in a properly adjusted manner. Every person 16 years of age or older operating or riding in a motor vehicle shall wear the safety belt assembly in a properly adjusted and securely fastened manner. How should the shoulder belt be positioned for best safety? Across the stomach area. Behind the back. Across the middle of the chest and away from the neck. Over the shoulder and under the arm. The answer is across the middle of the chest and away from the neck. Put the shoulder belt across the middle of your chest and away from your neck. What are traffic control devices? Speedometers in vehicles. Devices that control vehicle speed. Devices that include traffic signals, signs, pavement markings, and roundabouts. Devices used for vehicle maintenance. The answer is devices that include traffic signals, signs, pavement markings, and roundabouts. Traffic control devices include traffic signals, signs, pavement markings, and roundabouts. What should you do if a traffic signal is not working? Continue driving without stopping. Wait for someone to fix it. Come to a complete stop and yield as if it were a 4-way stop. Turn around and find another route. The answer is come to a complete stop and yield as if it were a 4-way stop. If a traffic signal is not working, come to a complete stop, then yield to traffic as if it were a 4-way stop. What does a green traffic signal mean? Stop immediately. Proceed with caution. Go if it is safe. Wait for the next signal. The answer is go if it is safe. A green light means you can go if it is safe. Who must have liability insurance when operating a motor vehicle registered in the state? Only commercial vehicle drivers. Only drivers under 21 years of age. All drivers except those of government vehicles, mopeds, and certain carrier vehicles. Only drivers with a history of traffic violations. The answer is all drivers except those of government vehicles, mopeds, and certain carrier vehicles. If you operate a motor vehicle registered in this state, you must have liability insurance. Drivers of government vehicles, mopeds, and common or contract carrier vehicles are exempt from this insurance requirement. What is the move over/slow down law? A law that requires drivers to move to the left lane when passing a vehicle. A law that requires drivers to slow down during heavy traffic. A law that mandates drivers to move over one lane or reduce speed when passing emergency vehicles with flashing lights. A law that requires drivers to always drive below the speed limit. The answer is a law that mandates drivers to move over one lane or reduce speed when passing emergency vehicles with flashing lights. Move over/slow down law. When passing emergency response vehicles on the side of the road with flashing lights activated, move over one lane if possible, and if not, then reduce your speed to 10 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. Which group of drivers has the highest crash rate according to the guide? Elderly drivers above 65 years. Drivers between 16 to 25 years of age. Commercial vehicle drivers. Drivers with less than a year of driving experience. The answer is drivers between 16 to 25 years of age. Young drivers between the ages of 16 to 25 have the highest crash rate and the highest rates of speeding, impaired driving, and distracted driving of any driver age group in the state. What should you do if a law enforcement officer pulls you over? Drive faster to find a safe spot. Ignore the officer and continue driving. Drive as close as you can to the right side of the road, stop, and turn off the engine. Get out of the vehicle immediately. The answer is drive as close as you can to the right side of the road, stop, and turn off the engine. If a law enforcement officer pulls you over, drive as close as you safely can to the right side of the road, stop, and turn off the engine. Do not stop in an intersection or pull into the center median of a highway. What is essential for safe driving? Having a loud music system in the car. Having tinted windows. Utilizing mental, visual, and physical abilities. Having a sports car. The answer is utilizing mental, visual, and physical abilities. Driving requires the individual to utilize mental, visual, and physical abilities to safely operate a vehicle. Where should you not stop your vehicle when a traffic signal is not working? At the side of the road. In a parking lot. In an intersection. In a designated parking space. The answer is in an intersection. If a traffic signal is not working, do not stop in an intersection. What should you do to ensure you are not overdriving your headlights at night? Drive with high beams on at all times. Drive at the maximum speed limit. Use the 4-second sight distance rule. Keep the headlights off to save battery. The answer is use the 4-second sight distance rule. You should also use the 4-second sight distance rule at night to make sure you are not overdriving your headlights. Where should you not park your vehicle? On a bridge or overpass. In a designated parking space. At the side of the road. In a parking lot. The answer is on a bridge or overpass. Do not park on a bridge or overpass or in a tunnel or underpass. How far should you park from a fire station driveway on the same side of the street? 5 feet. 20 feet. 50 feet. 75 feet. The answer is 20 feet. Within 20 feet of a fire station driveway on the same side of the street. What does a white curb marking indicate? Loading zone. No parking zone. Short stops are permitted. Reserved for disabled persons. The answer is short stops are permitted. White indicates that only short stops are permitted. How should you park when there is no curb on a hill? Turn your steering wheel away from the road. Turn your steering wheel toward the road. Keep the steering wheel straight. doesn't matter. The answer is turn your steering wheel toward the road. And there is no curb, set your parking brake and turn your steering wheel toward the edge of the road. This way, if your vehicle starts to roll, it will roll away from traffic. What should you do if you want to parallel park and there is traffic behind you? Immediately start parking. Honk to alert the vehicles behind. Put on your turn signal and allow following vehicles to pass before you park. Park in a different spot. The answer is put on your turn signal and allow following vehicles to pass before you park. If you want to parallel park and there is traffic behind you, put on your turn signal, pull next to the space, and allow following vehicles to pass before you park. What should you do when you have to drive so slowly that you slow down other vehicles? Speed up to match the speed of other vehicles. Continue driving slowly. Honk and alert other drivers. Pull to the side of the road when safe to do so and let them pass. The answer is pull to the side of the road when safe to do so and let them pass. When you have to drive so slowly that you slow down other vehicles, pull to the side of the road when safe to do so and let them pass. How far should you park from a railroad crossing? 5 feet. 20 feet. 30 feet. 50 feet. The answer is 50 feet. Within 50 feet of a railroad crossing. Where is it prohibited to park? On the shoulder of the freeway. In a parking lot. In a designated parking space. At the side of the road. The answer is on the shoulder of the freeway. On the shoulder of the freeway unless you have an emergency.